Hello and welcome to the TMZ podcast. I'm Charlie Cotton and today I'm joined by my good friend, newsbreaker, lovemaker, Deven Rall.
I haven't heard that in so long. It's so good. I'm putting the headphones on. I like the headphones.
Oh,
Is that cool? Can I go headphones and you know headphones?
I don't think we've ever done an episode where someone's wearing headphones, the other person is not.
I love it. It's locked in.
But your hair's too good.
You can still see it. I'm good.
You can still see it.
I'm good.
If you wear headphones, it's a bit of an insecurity. Something about you.
Insecurity.
It is.
No, it means I'm locked in.
No, it's kind of like you don't want to be, you're like curled up in a ball and don't really want to be seen. It's like a comfort thing.
I'm the most secure person ever, so I don't know what you're talking about.
That mustache is saying you're very secure.
That's true.
We've actually got a story for you today. The Village People. We'll talk about, actually, we could talk about the Village People or we could talk about Armie Hammer. Why don't you decide right now? Do you want to end the show today talking about how the Village People saying YMCA is not a gay anthem and they're going to sue you if you say it's a gay anthem, or Armie Hammer and his weird sexual kinks?
Why don't we do both? Let's try to do both.
All right, let's motor through these other ones then. We'll also talk about Diddy, because Diddy is being sued by a man. He's being sued by a street performer. Allegedly, allegedly he picked up this street performer and then raped the guy. So we'll
allegedly.
I mean, I did say allegedly at the top. But to begin with, let's talk about Ye. I call him Kanye. Do you ever call him Ye?
No, only Kanye.
I call him Kanye.
I don't think he likes that either. Have you noticed that? He doesn't like when people call him Kanye.
Yeah.
He reposted one of the TMZ videos, or I think we wrote in the headline Kanye, and he reposted it and then just crossed out the con part.
I'm sticking with Kanye.
Okay.
So Kanye, his website is down after selling exclusively swastika merch. So maybe you saw the Super Bowl ad in which he was like lying down in a dentist chair doing a selfie video saying he spent all his money on his grill, so he doesn't have any money to make an ad. So just follow this link and go and check out his Yeezy.com. And
shot all on his iPhone.
Shot all on his iPhone, took you straight to his store that only sold the swastika t-shirt. Well, Shopify is in charge of the website and linking the business side with the internet. I don't know.
And it basically how people pay for the product, and obviously they funnel the money, I'm sure, to Kanye and take probably a percentage or whatever.
Totally. Well, now they've taken down the website. You can't go and buy it. If you're looking to buy some swastika merch, Yeezy.com is the wrong place this morning.
No, you cannot. You cannot buy it. So the crazy thing is yesterday, so I saw there, obviously, Kanye's been saying all sorts of crazy stuff. And there was a lot of, obviously, pushback on the fact that Fox was letting him run a Super Bowl ad amid all this, I love Hitler Nazi stuff.
Right.
And then the other was directed at Shopify. People were super upset. They're like, how are you guys going to be letting this guy use your platform to sell a swastika t-shirt? I mean, that's insane.
100%. I
mean, they finally have decided to pull it. So they released a statement essentially saying, that he wasn't abiding by their guidelines. So they pulled the shirt. It's kind of unclear because if you go to Yeezy.com now, it says the site's completely down. So maybe they hosted the site as well. That's a little bit unclear, but.
Yeah, I mean, when they vetted the ad, obviously Yeezy.com had different products, not just the swastika one. So he did a bait and switch on Fox, the channel. They didn't know what ad they were actually showing when they agreed to it, basically. But they did agree to show an ad by a known anti-Semite who just days earlier had tweeted in capital letters, "I'm a Nazi."
Exactly. And I think that was what the pushback was that, I mean, I guess you can see the oversight that he changed the product on the link after. So it's what can you do about that? But what you said, all the extremely vile stuff he was saying on Twitter, why would you give a platform to someone like that? Everyone's making the comparison of would Fox have let David Duke do a KKK commercial for the Super Bowl? The answer is no. So why would they let Kanye West?
Very true. Okay. Oh, and by the way, it cost $8 million the ad, apparently. $8 million for that little was it 20-second ad?
Yeah, it was 8 million. Yeah. No, I think it was 30 seconds. And also there were some reports that he sold $2 million in merchandise after, which would be a lot of swastika shirts. I just find that hard.
Who's buying that shirt?
I just find that hard to believe.
Who's rocking the Kanye swastika tee today?
No one in public.
No one I want to like associate with. Okay.
Ugh.
On to our next story. Diddy is being sued by a man claiming he was raped by Diddy. So this guy claims he's going by John Doe at the moment. So he says that he was just like performing outside a nightclub. He was like, he had his guitar and he was singing this was in November 2022. This was really recently. He said he was performing in LA outside the nightclub and talent scout, in inverted commas, for Diddy invited him, hey man, you want to come to Diddy's place? You know, he thinks you really got something. So he went to Diddy's house where Diddy's there. He said, sit down, take a drink, and let's talk about your musical aspirations. Oh, by the way, this is all alleged. So, I mean, who knows if it's true or not? Just got to say that.
Yeah.
So he's...
You don't want this place to get shut down.
no.
I appreciate that.
No worries. So Diddy goes, look, you know, you really like my jewelry, because the guy was complimenting his jewelry. He says, you want to come and see some more jewelry? And so the guy went to see some more jewelry, and the drink he had just consumed, he'd only had one of them, but he started feeling drowsy and off balance and slightly euphoric, he says. And he says, then Diddy says, have you ever sucked a D before?
Interesting.
He says no. Diddy responds, well, you should try it.
I'm sorry.
Then he exposed himself and then forced himself upon this man orally, and then as the man became more incapacitated by drugs, forced himself on him anally. Like, if all this is true, I mean, God, what a horrible story.
Right. And to be honest, I mean, Diddy's being sued every day.
Yeah.
Right? Someone new. And
Yeah.
I kind of started feeling like, oh, these Diddy lawsuits are kind of becoming a little bit of like white noise. Like, it's like, oh yeah, Diddy, you know, he's being sued by another person claiming some type of weird stuff went down at his house at a party. I think the reason this one was so interesting was a street performer.
It's weird to take a liking to some guy you like drive by on the street and say...
he was playing guitar on like Hollywood Boulevard?
With his cap on the ground, trying to get singles.
I think that's just what's kind of bizarre about this story. And I mean, who knows? At least it seems that, you know, a lot of very suspect things have been happening at Diddy parties through the years. And clearly the feds are building a case against him and whatnot. But it's just, I don't know, man. This one just seems off to me.
It stands out, man. I think...
It seems...
Are we going to get to the bottom of all these cases? Like, are we going to figure out some sort of truth to any of this?
I don't think so, because... they're saying this happened in 2022.
That was so recently.
That was like like a little less than 3 years ago. But
great math.
Yeah, I'm working on my feet right now. But it's just like, I don't know. I feel like some of these lawsuits, and who knows, maybe this guy, like this really did happen to this guy. And in that case, I'm glad he came forward and is like trying to get him in trouble. But also, if there were bad things that happened to people throughout the years at Diddy parties, I would hate that like people to come forward that are basically pushing complete BS stories that have no truth to it. And then it comes out that, you know, there's no truth to what this person's saying. And then people think, oh, well, then all the accusers are, you know, it gives Diddy some credibility to be like, these people are coming out of the woodwork to just try to pile on and hope to get a payout.
Well, who knows how you can prove it, or if there were witnesses who are willing to come forward.
Right.
I mean, this case looks like it'll probably go to trial, and we will learn a hell of a lot when it does.
Totally.
Okay, on to our next story. The Village people, they're potentially suing Aussie comedian Jim Jeffries. So Jim Jeffries, who I love, being a fellow Aussie.
Is there any Aussies you don't love? Any family members?
No.
Okay.
No, everyone I love. Everyone I love.
Okay, cool.
So he's potentially being sued by the Village people because he went on his podcast at this moment podcast. And Jim pointed out that the YMCA is basically about dudes bonking in showers.
Which was news to me this week.
Is that right?
I had no clue. Like, I was completely brought up to speed about, like, I didn't realize, like, the Village people was, like, gay anthems.
Are you serious?
YMCA? I don't understand how that... I don't get how any of that...
You never had any idea that...
Zero.
That actually blows my mind. I thought it was like common. We all accepted that. They
like
were,
we used to like we would do it in school as like kids, and it was like okay, it was like an Indian and
Yeah.
who else was it?
like a
police officer.
policeman.
Like I just didn't get how that correlated at all. But
Well, I mean, if you go through the lyrics,
I guess I didn't deep dive the lyrics.
if you deep dive the lyrics and, you know, the video clips were shot at like famous, you know, gay places and that, you know, that were definitely going down a lane.
Got it. Okay.
Well, I mean, actually, they weren't definitely doing anything.
We're gonna get a cease and desist.
They weren't definitely doing anything. All right, because they've sent a cease and desist to Jim Jeffries saying you need to retract everything you said about this being a gay anthem and like go ahead and say that it's not. The Village People is Donald Trump's new favorite band, and they're bigger than ever. They're trying to get in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. They wouldn't be taken seriously, and now anyone who says that their music has, you know, gay leanings is liable.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting because, like you said, it seems like it was very common knowledge that that's kind of what they leaned into, and that's what they were talking about in these songs. But it's weird because, like, I was asking Harvey yesterday about it, like, is he not offended at all being like a gay man that they're basically being like, we're not gay. Like, these songs are not about, like, they're trying to, like, distance themselves from the whole, like, gay narrative around these songs. He said like, I guess he's just out of outrage. The guy's always mad. So he, like, saves it for things, and he doesn't have it for this.
I think it's because they want to be, like, they want to be MAGA, and they want to be more conservative, and they want to, like, the police guy, Victor Willis, he used to rail against Trump, and now that Trump won, he's now like, okay, I love Trump now.
But don't you kind of feel like that's what everyone's doing? Like, it used to be like like, I almost felt like it was like the cool thing to do, to be like, especially like Hollywood elites and people that are like super liberal, like would rail against Trump all the time and how he's disgusting.
But now it's the other way.
But now you see all these billionaires who, like,
because he won,
that are all just like, they're his best friend all of a sudden.
Yeah, you got to kiss the ring, man. And that's what the Village People are doing. Which
I think is kind of lame. Like, stand on like what you believe. Like, if you didn't like the guy before, you should still not like the guy.
Okay, I like that. If you're listening, Victor Willis. Can you give me?
Well, hopefully they're not listening.
I know, true.
Said a lot of
Village People conservative anthem. Yeah, the conservative anthem for the people. Can you give me the Armie Hammer story in about 25 seconds?
Dude, that's so.
Just summarize it, and we haven't got time.
Essentially, he went on a podcast, and this again, I don't know why every podcast he goes on, he's addressing the "I'm not a cannibal"
from
thing.
years ago.
And the guy's like, all right, let's go through all your, like, the things you've been accused for. Are you a cannibal? He says no. And then he says, did you ever eat the bleeding heart, warm heart out of an animal? And he goes, no. Well, I didn't eat it. I took a bite out of it. And I guess it's some hunting tradition. Armie Hammer, weird guy.
Yeah.
Weird guy.
I know, but everyone's a little weird.
Not that he should be canceled or anything that happened to him, but weird guy.
I feel sorry for him. I mean, he's done a lot of weird things. You know, he's eaten a lot of weird things.
Stop talking about eating animals, people, all the above. Move on.
Fair.
Was that 25?
Good roll.
That was a
little long, but it was good. Okay, let's read out some of your comments that I forgot to tell you to leave. On Kanye West, Valda Griffin says Kanye needs to be duct tape and put away some damn place. Agreed. Like, but this guy's not going anywhere. He's never going to get canceled or anything. He's just going to keep on winning.
Were you ever duct taped like a tree or anything? I could see that happening.
I wasn't hazed like that.
Oh, okay.
I was the hazer.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that.
MM says, I simply don't understand what happened to Kanye. Was he hiding this part of himself?
He's always kind of been like this.
But when he was with the Kardashians and stuff, I think he had to be a bit more mainstream in the way he presented.
He said, I don't think this is any surprise that, like, he was taking medications and stuff.
Oh, true. So, and now he's a bit off that.
Yeah.
Justin thinks Ye is absolutely insane. Bang says, Ye making bank off you being offended. Easy money in 2025. Ain't that the truth, actually? Making people offended is one of the best ways to make money this year.
I mean, say what you want about the guy. He's disgusting. The things he says are gross, but he knows how to stay in the headline.
We're talking about him and his ad and Yeezy.com still.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Jared says Diddy ain't getting out.
All right.
I have no idea. I literally have no idea.
I honestly wouldn't be surprised one way or the other.
Right. Me neither. But I'm looking forward to the case. On the Village People, Monkey Man says, Jim has a point. The song literally says that. Yeah, I mean, YMCA, I don't know all the words, but it's like,
Wow.
young man, there's a place that you can go. It said, young man, can't. Like, it's about trying to attract young men to come to the Y. And like, basically.
How do you know that he wasn't just trying to like play basketball? Like they need another guy for pickup basketball.
I mean, I guess that'd be what.
Or like he needed a lifting partner. Like he needed someone to spot him on bench.
I think he definitely needs someone to spot him.
Yeah, see?
Roxine believes in freedom of speech. I agree. Like Jim Jeffries and whoever wants to like talk about whatever, talk about it. Like, isn't this America where you can talk about whatever?
You get cease and desist.
And if you want me to cease and desist, I will. David thinks Armie Hammer is very weird. I agree. But I kind of like him.
Thank you, David.
Something about Armie Hammer I kind of like.
What?
Because he's honest. I like his just authenticity. I don't think he's hiding anything or faking anything. And I think a lot of celebrities do. And I think this is him, you know, pardon the expression, raw.
I don't want Armie Hammer around anything raw. And stop talking about things that are raw.
Okay. MM loves this host combo. Me too, honestly.
I'm trying to think, is that...
MM leaves comments very regularly.
That's what I'm trying to figure out. Is this like one of your friends?
No. Tomorrow I want to figure out...
Maybe Melissa's writing in, my
Melissa.
wife.
Melissa.
No.
MM, tomorrow I want to figure out what MM stands for. So
reach out to us.
But yeah, I prefer this than the usual as well, if we're honest.
Wow. Are we going to cut that?
I don't know, man. No, keep it in. Keep it in. I'll pretend it was a joke. Okay, well.
What a show.
Thanks for joining me, Deven.
Yeah, of course. It was great. Great times, as always, man.
And we'll see you guys here tomorrow. Goodbye.